Hello, my name is Raymond Karchevsky, and I am a living Christ. I should like to speak to you today about the satanic platform of communications that one is exposed to in the media, the mainstream media, the alternate media, the talk shows. It's all designed for a dualistic, antagonistic platform, one of division, one of violence. And you are being manipulated by that kind of pressure. The good guys and the bad guys are the problems. You understand? It is the opposition that is being nurtured in the listener, the audience, where they are expected to take sides, and then they are widely influenced to continue the battle by supporting that side. Government does this, religion does this, and yes, talk shows do it. I've been banned from the Alex Jones show on a claim of his that I had done something wrong, spoken to the world, where that was a lie, a damned lie. And he instructed his producer to cut me off and not to allow me to call again. That was similarly done by John Stadtmiller of RBN, Republic Broadcasting Network. Both owe their prominence to the satanic platform of division and opposition, and their ability to rile people up emotionally to keep the battle going. But they also require that you support them. So you understand, do you not, that you are the cause of the satanic platform used by government, by religion, and by talk show hosts. For without your support, without your money, without your energy, they could not exist. That's a fact. Stop. Boycott. Boycott these satanic institutions and watch the change that comes about in the world of men. Men who just want to be left alone, who want to meet the needs of life. Yet everything is stacked up against them to extract that energy from them, to give it to the controllers, and to leave them hanging in the wind. That's called master and slave. And you are so prideful in your egos, your indoctrinated satanic egos, that you play right into their hands. Why am I dangerous? Why am I stopped from speaking in all areas controlled by these satanic masters? Why? I'm a good man. I'm an honest man. I'm a true man. I'm a man of truth. That's dangerous in hell. And I have proven that for 25 years. That's the only evidence of the danger that this living Christ possesses. The fact that he is not allowed, he is not welcome, but all the asinine, idiotic people who create the struggle of duality, the struggle of the intellectual mind in its lack of clarity, in its confusion, they swing the doors wide open. Welcome, lay out the welcome mat. But to this living Christ, the doors get shut. The opportunities are taken away from speaking the simple truth. For that's all I do. I take no side. I merely expose what is. And what is the truth. That's the danger. They don't want people to have that kind of clarity. And when one comes along who displays that kind of calmness, that kind of clarity, that's a no-no. We have got to mess that picture up. We have got to confuse you in your minds, make that the norm. And that's what this civilized society has become, hasn't it? Has it not? When you look at the normal conduct of people, you have the druggies, you have the snowflakes, you have the people who are addicted to welfare, who cannot work for themselves, who don't wish to work, who do not wish to support themselves, but parasitically live off an imaginary system that is supported by you. And what do you get in return for that support? Do you get help when you go to government? Or do you get the runaround? Do you get the excuses? Do you get the confrontation of people who feel that they are doing you a favor if they are to help you, when that is their job? Do you get the help you ask for? Do you need? What the need is actual and not fictitious? No. They pander to the aberrant, to the welfare dregs, and they spit on the average public who is going through hard times. It's time for all that to change. Why and how? The why is quite clear. How long can we live this way without going off the deep end? The narcotics, the suicides, the homicides. You understand? We are all death-oriented if we're living in our fragmented and opposing dualistic intellects. But we're trained that way. And who are we trained by? The system. We are not allowed to be independent, to be as we were born, full, sovereign, complete human beings in charge of our lives. We are the creators of our lives. And that is found in the subconscious mind that I speak about greatly. It is the divine mind of the Creator, the God. When you are in the non-dualistic subconscious mind and you act, you create your life. That makes you the God, and it strips away from you the tendency to abandon that holistic way of life by thrusting you into the dualistic, divided, and opposing conflict of a satanically ruled intellect, which has indoctrinated you, in which you were forced in life, in early life, as a child, to be indoctrinated into dualistic thinking. They have messed with your minds. And as long as you live in your conscious intellect, you're living in hell. It's designed that way. But nobody talks about it. That's normal. You excuse it. You have to excuse it. You have to make excuses for yourself all the time. And every time you excuse yourself, you sink lower and lower into a dependent slave. That's the operation, the satanic operation that has made this civilized world a hell on earth. I've been speaking to you for 25 years, and I have shown you the way. I have demonstrated the way. I have challenged the courts of our land. I have challenged the satanic operations of talk show hosts, whose only purpose is to keep you arguing. As long as you're separated and divided from one another and argue, you foment war. You are the cause of war. The government is merely the facilitator to bring that about. And they are directed by the corporations that rule them, because the corporations are at the bottom of all of this intricacies, the satanic intricacies of hell. It's time for us to change. It's time for us to get rid of the satanic government. That's the only purpose of which is to continue the dualistic conflict with other organizations, other nations, other countries, other cultures. You understand? As long as we are so divided, living man becomes a person. A living, dead, mechanical slave. A non-living slave. One who reacts to stimuli. Stimuli response, reward and punishment. That's how you deal with the living dead. That's how you deal with animals. It's called training. And when you send your children to schools, publicly supported schools, you are sending them to Satan himself, who will mold the minds of your children and who will create the separations, who will break the bonds of parent and child, because both are merely generational confusions in conflict with one another. There cannot be peace as long as the generations are at war, and then that anger, that frustration, that violence is directed toward other institutions, and then you have nationwide, worldwide, World One, World War One, World War Two, and now they're working on World War III. How dumb can you be? Why do you not see the satanic energies at hand to perpetuate eternal war? These United States hold war as a great business opportunity, and they are able to free you of your energy They take it away from you, violently, if necessary, through fines and through incarceration. But they get your energy nevertheless, and you're none the wiser for it. That is the nature of civilized life. And it's all traced back to the satanic platform that you see daily, but you don't recognize it. You excuse it. You watch the news. You listen to the commentators. You listen to the talk show hosts. And they're all based in division. And they are challenging you. They are moving you to accept a position of opposition. You're either a good guy or you're the bad guy supporting the satanic government. The good guy's a patriot, full of courage. Actually, he's being manipulated into becoming a killer, not unlike the bad guy. However, such relative distinctions go by the wayside when people forget who they truly are. They are Christ's. And the Christ is nothing more than a simple man of truth. He's not a Superman. He's not a myth. He's not a legend. He's not a Jesus Christ, which is more mythical than actual. For Jesus was a carpenter, a simple man of truth. And he was an anarchist. He questioned his government at the time, and that's what got him killed. That's the truth, you see. And after he was martyred, he was killed. Those who killed him made a religion out of myth, out of storytelling. You're all influenced by storytelling. Very few of you can think without being ruled by storytelling, by myths and legends. That's a fact also. It shows that you are still operating at the childish level. Excuse me. Of immaturity. You allow others to do your thinking for you. That's what government's all about. You hire another to think for you, to solve your problems. What nonsense. You are the God of your own life, the creator of your life. You create your actions, you create your behavior, and you create the quality of your life because of it. Are you into drugs? Are you an alcoholic? Are you so worn out that your health is hitting you at different levels and you're waiting to die because you've given up on life? That's what awaits you. I find very few men or women my age, I'm 81, who can stand with me. For I have not lost my spirit. Their spirit has been broken many, many years ago by the pressures of confining themselves to the satanic rule of man's law. It's time to change all that, and you can do that because I have done that. I have proven that no court, no government is greater than its creator. And I, the living man, this living Christ, is the creator of this government by my support. I no longer support this government because I see it as satanic. It does not operate in truth, and I can only speak and act in truth. That makes for a problem, and I accept that fully, deeply, because it needs to be done. It needs to be shown that no government is superior to a living man, because that government is fictional. And it's manned by fictional people who have sold their souls. Their spirits have been broken, and they are merely the living dead representatives of a fictional government ruling over fictional persons who were made by birth certification and requires your consent in order to make a contract, a satanic contract. You see, Satan operates by contract only. You must invite Satan into your life. That is, you must invite your intellectual mind and give that precedence over your subconscious divine mind. Then and only then can you be controlled by satanic thought. But that is what I have been talking about for 25 years, and you have resisted it. You have defied such simple truth. And your lives show it. The quality of your country's behavior in a worldwide realm is a shame. A darn shame. You ought to be ashamed of yourselves, because that's what you have created by your support of the satanic platforms that rule you and inveigle you into their clutches. The energy of duality. That's hell. And hell is where you're going to stay until you die, or until this country collapses, whichever comes first. But you're going to die. And then you look at your life and you ask, what was that all about? What was I here for? What was my purpose? I'll let you answer that question for yourself. In the meantime, I'm here to wake you up. I'm here to jostle you and get you out of that realm of apathy, that egotistical, prideful demand that you be served by government. You were never served by government. You have been exploited by government. It's time to change that. Boycott government. Boycott religion. Boycott banks. And what do you have left? You have you. And all of the energy of the millions and millions of you that have subverted into the support of satanic activities. That can be changed, and you can create a world of peace, a world of love, a world of non-duality. That's what I'm here for, to show you that it's possible to live non-dualistically in a world of dualism that is set to destroy you, and will, if you don't take measures to offset it. That's what I wanted to convey to you tonight. Do it or die.